Hi, welcome, Cynthia here. Today I'm working on 2 pages in my money album. So I'm doing the mini album as part of the Scrap Girls 100 Days Challenge, and my mini album is based on music that is important in my life or has a meaning, or I just want to document it. So I have a photo here representing the song Ghost Town. Now our son absolutely loved this song. So each morning on the way to school in the car, he generally asks us to play a few songs, and this is one of the songs that he always asks us to play. So I've just pulled out some acrylic paints in black and white and have painted a streaky background on my page. I think that really goes well with the word ghost town in the photo. It sort of has a bit of a smeary look to it, so I've just tried to carry that into the background. Mounting the photo on some white cardstock, as I do with most of the photos in this album, and I'm going to put the photo there just on that little bit of an angle so it kind of goes in the same direction as the paint in the background. Now these layouts in this book, the idea is to make them nice and quick and simple. Each page is meant to be less than 15 minutes long, but it generally seems to be taking me around the 20-25 minute mark. Try not to think too much, just grab some stuff and stick it down is what I'm trying to achieve here. So I had this little, it's a 2x2 square. I printed that out from the project app, so sometimes when I'm printing out photos and I have a spare page, I just go and grab one of the printable cards and just print it out, and I use them just like this. So I hand cut out a heart, and I think I do 2 of those, and sort of got that wood grain to it, so it has the lines through it, which once again goes along with the background. Also up the top I've got in the moment, and I printed a Project Life card out as well, and I've just cut the title a little bit out, and that's all I've used of that card. Was going to put my journaling on that little scrap piece of paper you saw, but decided I'll just grab my white paint pen and write directly on the page. I think I have a bit of a look to see what else I can do to the page, but that is it. I finished this bit of journaling up, and I just talk about how Edward asks us for this each day in the car. I add my usual double border around the edge in the black pen. That's it. I've done that to each page so far, and I'll probably continue to do that where I can, that is. And I call the page done. I move on to the next page, and the next page is of John Farnham. So in the early 90s, I guess it would be. I was a big fan of John Farnham. He was very popular at the time. He had a couple of albums out, Whispering Jack and The Voice and a few other things. And I went and saw him a couple of times in concert. Still like listening to his music today, so I wanted to make sure I documented him as well. So the bit that's behind him, those records, I was just going through our local newspaper here, and each week, or maybe it's on a Friday, they have a section about music, either on the weekend, what's coming up on the weekend, or just highlighting a particular band or something, and I saw that image, so I just cut it out of the paper, and I'm going to use that behind the photo. I cut out the middle album because I'm going to use that as an embellishment. Also went through some paper pads, and I have this music paper. Can't remember what line that come from, but I've just cut a little piece up and going to fill up the gap at the top and the bottom of the page with a little bit of that paper. As I did with the previous photo, I'm just mounting the photo on some white cardstock. I'm not being over concerned, or not concerned at all, I should say, about whether the two pages need to match and marry up. I don't take that into consideration at all. I just put down and work on whatever one I feel like doing at the time. So just sticking that down, making it all line up. It'll be interesting to know in the comments if any of you know either of these, the song and or Johnny Farnham, and whether you are fans, whether you have listened to them, saw them in concert, whatever it may be. Leave me a comment and let me know. So there's that other record that I cut out from that back paper. I just mounted on a little bit of foam and am sticking that up the top. And now I'm just going through some of my embellishments. I've got this little tray here of bits and pieces that I might try to use throughout this project. So they're either music related or just got a sentiment on it that I think I might be able to use. So just keeping them in that dish. Pulled out these tickets. So I'm not a big fan of tickets. I don't generally use them on layouts. So it's been really good in this project. I've managed to use tickets on a few layouts now. So hopefully by the time I do my 100 pages, I might have it all used up. So just sticking them there, and I also had this record in my stash, so I'm just sticking that down the bottom. And I go back in and find this label here that says Good Times, and I'm going to mount that on foam and stick that up at the top too. Just trim a little bit off so it sits neatly on top of that album, and I put that there. That's all the embellishments I put on this page. I pull out my alphas now, and I go through and pull out a couple of different types to put a little title down on this page. Don't quite have enough of this font to write the voices, which I'm what I'm trying to write here. But I just make it do. I use a 0 and an F instead of an E, and use my pen to fill in the gaps, which I don't think you particularly notice when you're looking at it, so I'm happy and fine with that. And then I go back through and I pull out another, some different alphas to write John Farnham down the bottom. Ooh, I nearly broke out in song then, or the voice, but I must control myself. The last thing you want to hear is me singing. It's not good at all. So just flipping through to seeing what I might use, but I stick with the trusty black stickers. These ones have barely any stick on them at all. I've had these alphas, I would say, look, I started scrapping in 2002, and they would have been purchased around about then. I think I had about 3, so this here is 1 sheet, and I think I had 3 sheets. There's another one there of each colour, and I have them in black, red, silver, gold. So, and they're a nice font. I've really enjoyed them. And that is it. That's the end of the layout. Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying these. Leave me a comment. Let me know whether you've seen either of these in concert or like their song or heard of them. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.